Alrighty, and hello everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of Legitimate Enterprises here on twitch.tv/lazybones.tv. We took a week off because I was singing the quarantine blues, but we're back with some more action. So real quick, before we start, we're going to go around and introduce our cast and crew real quick. So, Duncan, who are you, who are you playing, and who has the coolest lightsaber hilt in your opinion?
My name is Duncan Hunter. I play Aaron Gunner, the human bounty hunter, and a little bit of a hotshot pilot, a sensitive guy deep down, but you won't know it know him.
He's got layers.
Like an onion.
My favorite bluff, time waster to decide on a lightsaber hilt is usually, of course, after consideration and numerous amounts of details having to be weighed into this complicated equation. Honestly, I'm a very big fan of very minimalist, and though I want to go with Dooku because he's different, and because Christopher Lee, come on, I'm gonna have to go with just like the basic Luke Skywalker lightsaber that like. Oh, hold on.
Oh, I see.
Now it's green, but it's because it's a toy.
Yes.
But this one, this like the very simple model,
the tube.
The one that you, for some reason, because it's totally in character, go like this. That one.
All right, Necro, who are you? Who are you playing? And who do you think has the coolest lightsaber hilt?
I'm Necro. I'm playing Exel, the Zabrak sharpshooter. And this is actually really hard, and I'm also super biased on this one. Personally, I'm always a huge fan of the dual-bladed lightsabers. Gotta have like a shout out to Darth Maul there, because first not plain lightsaber that I ever saw. Ventress also has really cool ones, because there's those curved ones. But for sheer ridiculousness, but also badassness, is the Inquisitors, who have the like spinny ones that they can helicopter with.
Oh man,
they're so silly, but I love them.
I just finished season 2 of Rebels, and when they use those lightsabers to be a helicopter, I can't handle it.
I actually got the like make your own lightsaber toy one that like has the battery powered spin. I can't find it, but
excellent.
I can't wait for the numerous Star Wars explanations as to why that totally works.
It's the Force, man.
Okay. There are many powers in the dark side.
Some might consider unnatural. All right, JL, who are you? Who are you playing? And who do you think has the coolest lightsaber hilt?
Hey, greetings, everybody. I'm JL Holloway. I'm playing Echo, the Shadra-Fan mechanic, and I got to go with Dooku for every reason that Duncan listed. It's Christopher Lee. I mean, that blade is awesome.
Drake, who are you? Who are you playing? And who do you think has the coolest lightsaber hilt?
Drake Finney. I'm playing Jix Chow, the Pantoran smuggler who is so misunderstood and just trying to do right by the group. When it came out in the movies, I had to go with Dooku because it just looked like something that he could even whack you on the head afterwards when he was talking to you or dealing with you, instead of just cutting you up. But I went and I grabbed mine since since Aaron had to, Duncan had to grab his. But then as I'm looking at it, I noticed that when Gary gave it to me, Gary engraved it as well.
Oh, that's a gift from Gary. Okay.
Gift from Gary. So I went,
Ripper
hey,
Blades.
Exactly. So I kind of went, mine is not my favorite.
Yeah, no, that is valid. That is 100% valid.
Yeah, so definitely.
Master Drake is a pretty cool sounding Jedi name.
That is pretty cool. So is Master Gary Ripper. Big shout out to him. I hope he's doing well.
he is doing well. He is enjoying being grandpa.
Good. And I am Lazy Bones. I am literally everyone who's not the players. And my favorite lightsaber hilts Okay, look. It's Kylo Ren's. That thing is just so mean looking. It's so cool. When I first saw the trailer for The Force Awakens and he turns that thing on and it growls instead of hums, I'm like, oh, buddy. It's so freaking cool. Otherwise, close tie is Gungi's lightsaber from the Clone Wars. Gungi is a Wookiee Padawan who's in like 4 episodes out of the 7 seasons of the Clone Wars, and he has a wooden lightsaber hilt because he's a Wookiee, and I love it. Team Gungi for life.
Yep.
Love that.
All right.
He cracked his kyber crystal, right? Kylo Ren. That's the explanation for why he needs vents.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it looks like just some janky piece of crap he probably put together himself without any guidance, so that's why it's a piece of crap. But
maybe if I had more guidance, Dad, I wouldn't have turned out this way.
I think it's supposed to be that it's damaged.
Yeah, who knows?
Because he got
Symbolic of him.
He got angry.
Angry.
Angie.
All right, and Aaron, if you would like to go ahead and get us into our recap of what happened last time.
I could not find perfect old-timely radio broadcast music to play during this, so instead we're going to be just going at awkward silence time.
Send it.
Lost in space, the crew of the Emperor Leopold joined in a simple mining protection operation. After a stint through an asteroid field where the ship sustained minor damage and some minor head ringing, the mining vessel jumped ahead while the crew of the Emperor Leopold did some simple repairs. But as the Emperor Leopold was following after them through the mirage of moving stars, they were abruptly and mysteriously ripped from hyperspace. They found their mining vessels, but found them destroyed by an unknown source. The crew themselves lost in space. Captain Ondu approached the crew to request their help in investigating the destroyed ships and retrieving their transponders. Attaching to the back of Aaron's Z-95, the crew took a slightly strenuous ride out to the ships, finding only cold corpses and a little droid named GG1. D1G. Said it wrong when I was practicing too. Securing the transponders, they discovered that the ships were caught in a gravity well and had their automatic brakes engaged, and that the ships had been targeted by deadly turbo lasers, dangerous weapons that outclassed even their own. Upon investigating the black boxes back on board, they found that the ships they had attacked were an Imperial in nature. As the red Imperial text flashed on the screen, klaxons roared, and from hyperspace there came 3 mighty Imperial Star Destroyers, flanked by 2 picket cruisers. Soon came the order, prepare for boarding and inspection, and there came aboard a group of stormtroopers, led by the Imperious Lieutenant Colonel Adamus.
Excellent. And that is where we pick up. The Lambda-class shuttle sits in the hangar bay aboard the Emperor Leopold, now with ample room, seeing as there's only one Z-95 in there after an unfortunate incident with some pirates. The squadron of stormtroopers, all 10 of them, form a slight perimeter around Lieutenant Colonel Adamus. He's tall, rigid, looks like he has steel rebar bolted to his spine. No, not the other.
Wondering how they got it to the spine.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's many ways. Imperial medicine is works wonders, man. You know, tall, steel spine, very close cropped gray hair, and a big bushy white mustache sits on his upper lip as he looks around the hangar bay and says, "Now, I believe you all have something that belongs to the Empire. I'm not going to play coy. You know what it is, and I would like it brought before me post-haste so I do not need to spend any more time aboard the ship than I absolutely have to." And he just kind of looks at everyone.
Gunner, I believe we established, had been standing by Jix just in case. It's like, Jix, psst, are you wanted by the Empire?
Yeah, today.
Are you this badly wanted by the Empire?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Captain,
just work here.
Yeah, I just work here, man. Jix walks forward, or not Jix, sorry, Captain Undu Yes. Captain Undo walks forward in very similar manner to Lieutenant Colonel Adamus. Very stiff back, walks up and offers out a hand and says, Lieutenant Colonel Adamus, I am Captain Beric Undo. Welcome aboard the Emperor Leopold. And Lieutenant Colonel Adamus looks at the hand and then looks at Captain Undo, sighs, shakes his head, and says, I've no time for pleasantries, Captain. I need you to go find me those transponders. And the captain looks at the five, the high five. I don't know. What do you guys call yourselves? We'll figure that out later. Looks at the five of you,
Boys.
and says, "Go retrieve them."
Yep. One after the other.
Oh, this is not worth it. This is not worth it. As I stack them onto the cart to push them in.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone's gonna stop me and try and like steal the information, make a copy real quick, or some other nefarious thing. Aaron Gunner's like, lots of bad has happened when the Republic gets involved, so I don't want to be blown up and die. But with a gruffer, more manly voice and
Yes.
probably a Star Warsy tune.
Less sing-songy, more jazzy. And upon receiving the transponders, the lieutenant colonel looks at one of the stormtroopers and says, "Verify that these are correct and that they have not been tampered with." "Yes, sir. Right away, sir." And runs up the ramp and comes out a moment later, trailed behind by a black astromech droid, who rolls up to the transponders and bzzz, puts out its little scomp link and connects with the transponders. A few very tense seconds pass, and the droid beeps something affirmatively. Echo, I believe that you have the talent speaks binary, correct?
Pretty sure. Hold these.
He does now.
Yes, I do. I have one rank in it.
Okay, so you would understand what this droid says without needing like a text to speak, a translator for it, speech to beep to text translator. And basically the droid is, all of the information is here, sir, and because all droids are plucky.
And may I just say, it is swell to do my job.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be serving the Empire today, sir. And the stormtrooper turns to the lieutenant colonel and says, "All of the information is here, sir." And the lieutenant colonel looks at everyone and says, Well, I'm here. I might as well do an inspection." And he begins walking
God, we flushed the drugs.
deeper into the ship, flanked by 10 stormtroopers. You do notice that after they start walking deeper into the ship, another group of 10 stormtroopers comes out of the shuttle and sets up a very loose defensive perimeter around the Lambda in the hangar bay. Yes, Aaron.
Before we do much more, should we roll obligation and do the light side point allocation?
Yes.
Because I realized I just wanted to do a story point to waste one of our light side points to make them bump their head as they go through the automatic door.
No, that just happens. He's a little too tall for a stormtrooper, but he knew someone who let him get into the Corps.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. So let's everyone roll some Destiny. Forgot about that. I always forget about that.
We just weren't telling you. Hey, we're doing good today. Never mind.
And we're doing okay today.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever rolled a light side.
There is balance to the Force today. Except there's not, because I'm gonna roll for Vrel, who their player Kelsey is not here today because they're not feeling very well. So much love to them. And we hope you feel better soon, Kelsey. All right, boop. Hey,
My
there we
heart
go.
always looks like a pear. It never looks like a heart. It's
Yeah,
just
mine does
screwed
too.
up.
I have a neutral circle of Jedi affirmation and
Yes.
camaraderie.
That looked more like a diamond.
I'm not. I can't. Making circles is not in the light ranged skill. Unless, of course, I am making circles with a blaster.
Look, geometry, that's a knowledge education check right there.
Saying something, Mike? Huh? Saying something about Aaron Gunner's, because it's true, but, you know.
Look, he's got a 2 intelligence. He's average. Yeah. Okay, and I just rolled for obligation, and we got Exul today on their debt obligation. So everyone go ahead and reduce your strain threshold by 1. Exul, reduce yours by 2, please.
I'm pretty sure, judging by the way this looks, that I also got picked last time too.
No,
I've
it was
already got
mine
it
last time.
down too. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the whole file cabinet stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I think it was also debt, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of debt on this crew. So
Why do you think we're working here?
I've made proper Gunner's made proper investments. He's got a little
Got a
nest
nest
egg
egg.
there when he
I went
Place
If
the
he was.
stocks.
I went back to try to see how I could take care of my obligation, and when the GM sits there and just says owes lots of money, yeah, I'm not paying it off.
there's other ways to pay off debts. Yep.
I'm not going into that servitude with a hut.
So yes, the very tall stormtrooper bumps his head on the ramp, boink, and then continues to walk down and sets up a loose perimeter around the outside of, or it sets up a perimeter around the ramp of the Lambda shuttle, so that no one too nosy can mostly to deter people who might be getting a little too nosy for their own good. The lieutenant colonel continues to walk down the hallway, and you see him do a very offhanded gesture to bring Captain Undu to his side, and the two of them walk down speaking, and you hear Captain Undu talking about I have all of the papers right here. Here's my my ship number, my registration's up to date. We last checked for a Minoc infestation back on Delang 3. Everything's good to go. We haven't purged our bilge on any non-planet, non-sanctioned planets for that. Yada 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 yada. Technical speak. Yes, Aaron.
Is the first battalion of stormtroopers leaving with the captain and them?
I mean,
Or
not battalion, but a squad. It's 10.
Squad, excuse me. 10.
Yeah.
Got it.
Battalion of stormtroopers. Jesus.
Sorry. I don't know the terms. Excuse me. Gunner's just gonna spit on the ground, and he was glaring the whole time at the government guy, all the while, and then as soon as he's sort of out of the way because he's not in the mood to get shot, he then.
And it hits my shoe, and I look at him and go, "Really?"
No, you're on my right. I spit to my left.
How does the security detail look around the Lambda?
It is 10 stormtroopers, and they are all facing outwards.
Okay.
And kind of like a half circle around the boarding ramp to the Lambda
Echo
shuttle.
would probably be pushing his limit, getting close, trying to look at the Lambda. I'm assuming this is probably the first Lambda he's been up close to.
Mm-hmm. And a Lambda is that's the classic Imperial shuttle. That's the one the Emperor comes out on in Return of the Jedi and the Death Star. The one that whose wings fold up. It's very cool.
One right behind Drake's head.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that thing. Perfect. Oh yeah, that. Echo, make me a hard stealth check. So 3 purples on that. This is to get close. Okay. You managed to slip behind some crates in the hangar and slide into a vent, and you go like across and then up and then through kind of the roof of the hangar, and you're in a vent overlooking the Lambda, and so you can kind of see the top of it and see how it has like a cannon mounted on top, and all sorts of things. You have a pretty good look.
Echo's been hanging out with Grease way too much.
Is there anything specific that you want to try to find out, or is Echo just being Echo? Very curious.
Yeah, I think it's just curiousness at this point.
Make a medium knowledge lore check with a setback. Throw some information at you if you pass. Oh, okay, yeah, you really pass. You recognize that the symbol painted on kind of the stabilizing wing on the top it's not the Imperial Navy. It's not the Imperial Navy's logo. It is the logo of the Imperial Security Bureau, which is like the secret police of the Empire. ISB agents are not good. They are specifically selected out of the Stormtrooper Corps for their ruthlessness, their efficiency, and their dedication to the Empire. So you best not, if you don't want bad things going down, you don't want to mess with
just
the ISB.
Quietly out of the way, he's just sort of making notes on the ship itself and probably drawing the symbol.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anything anybody else would like to do? Vrel kind of mumbles, "I am going to go back to the med bay," and thump, 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 thump.
So we're allowed to leave the hangar. We're not like stand by for inspection of personnel as well.
Yeah, for the most part. Lieutenant Colonel Adamus, if you would like to leave, the stormtroopers aren't going to stop you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For I'm trying not to look suspicious. Time to gotta go do something.
Would you look at the time?
Would y'all look at the space time? Gunner, I don't know if he's had experience with being boarded by Imperials or not
Yeah, they
this
do
before. Like, is it pretty regular that you get inspected?
It's not very common that you get inspected in the middle of space. Typically, when you're going to land on a planet, you might get stopped by a boss frigate or a boss cruiser, BOSS being the Bureau of Ships and Services. Gotta know your Imperial bureaucracy, kids. And typically they might stop you, they might not. It's kind of like, we'll randomly search you. And so that's, you've probably, the Emperor Leopold definitely has been submitted. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Has been subject. There we go. That's the word. Has been subject to several boss inspections because they really like searching ships that don't have a registered home port, which the Emperor Leopold does not, because typically smugglers have no registered home port. They're tramp freighters. But never with like, here's 20 stormtroopers aboard my ship. So, inspections are nothing new, but this is a much bigger response to inspections than usual. You notice that the transponders are being loaded onto the ship one by one by another stormtrooper who's coming down, picks one up. They're pretty big things, and he takes it on board, comes down, picks up the other one, loads it up, takes the last one, takes it on board. Is there anything that anyone wants to do? You could go maybe try to snoop on the lieutenant colonel and the captain having their conversation. You could try to sneak on board the Lambda shuttle.
Best ideas. I'll snoop, I guess. I don't know. Gunner really doesn't like this. He's very tense. He's very angry. He's a little pissy.
Yeah, normal for you?
Yes, normally he's not enthusiastic. It's what is missing that's different, not what's there. Yeah, Gunner's just gonna go. Sure, Gunner is a little tense because though he knows that they just ran the inspection before everything happened, so he's as confident as he can be. He also knows that it's been at least like 3 days, so that's at least enough time for them to make trouble again. This Boris and Joris people that he picked up seem like decent boys, but they do seem a little like troublemakers. So I'll do the stealth. I'll do the inconspicuous version of a stealth to just kind of like, I'm a security guy. I'm here to walk around and be security.
Make sure oh look, this is secure. Yeah.
What's
Please
Vogue
don't
doing?
accidentally break something off the ship.
Well, this isn't secure. Glad I'm here.
What is Vogue doing?
Vogue is in the armory, just like making sure that well, this weapon is registered, so we're gonna put that here. And then, oh, this weapon isn't registered, so we're gonna put this under the deck. Like, we're gonna put this in a box.
Time for the quick smelting.
Yes, exactly. So that's
not really in Gunner's character's spot. I'll spy. It'll be just for plots and action's sake. I'll spy.
Yeah, go ahead and make another hard stealth check, but upgrade it twice. So it's 2 reds and 1 purple. The old ISB agent is pretty aware of his surroundings.
Got it.
And Echo will probably be looking for opportunities to get a closer look because that's just how Echo is.
My stealth skill.
Let's see.
Nice.
If you would like to get an even closer look at the Lambda shuttle, Echo, give me another hard stealth check for the setback to get even closer.
I'm just gonna do that thing where I lean against a wall, kind of obscured from the people doing guard duty around the Lambda shuttle, but also definitely watching them in case things don't go well.
Because I have a knowledge of this ship and we've been like boarded before, is there a logical route that they would go to that I could use to my advantage to stay stealthy?
I would say that with the knowledge of your ship, yeah, you could add a boost on top of your stealth check, Aaron.
What did I say?
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh, I don't like one of those. I like the rest.
Okay, so you do know. So you managed to, sneak by them. Sneak by them pretty quick, and you're sneak by and are nearby, so you can hear what's going on. And Captain Ondu is very nervous. He is a very stoic man, and so you usually don't see him nervous. But you can see very visibly he is uncomfortable in this situation. And he says to the lieutenant colonel, he says, "We just passed an Imperial inspection 3 days ago on Delang. Why have you decided to inspect us again?" And the lieutenant colonel responds, "Because we saw you in hyperspace salvaging 3 mining vessels. Hitherto, we saw you salvaging 3 mining vessels that this ship, was contracted to protect, and we would like to know why you weren't protecting them. To which Captain Ndu responds, he tells the whole story, like, oh, we had to make some minor repairs, that they jumped ahead, we were going to meet up with them again at the next jump point, because we had to, make several jumps to get to our location. We were pulled out of hyperspace, yada 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 yada, and then you guys showed up. And the lieutenant colonel says, a likely story. Captain, I am proud to say that you have passed your inspection with flying colors. However, I'm going to need you to come with me for questioning. And he does one of these, and 2 stormtroopers step up and begin arresting Captain Ndu. Captain Varric Ndu, you are under arrest for suspicion of piracy, destruction of mining guild property, and conspiracy to commit treason against the Empire. And the stormtroopers begin leading Captain Ndu out of the ship, or out of the hallways. Yes.
Is there any way that I could try and make it so only Captain Ndu sees me, and I get like a nod, help me, or dude, don't do anything, it's not worth it?
With that advantage, yes, I would say so.
Okay.
So as
still waiting for that other thing to fall, but
the lieutenant colonel and the stormtroopers begin leading Captain Ndu down the hallways, and you pass by a access corridor that you're just kind of casually leaning in. Exactly, smoking in the non-smoking section, as cool as Aaron is, and Ndu looks at you, and you make eye contact, and he just very subtly shakes his head, and then begins walking, stiff upper lip as always, walking back towards the Lambda shuttle. Back in the hangar bay, the lieutenant colonel stops and gestures for his men to keep taking the captain on board the Lambda shuttle, and says, he turns to the few assembled crew there and says, your captain is being charged with treason against the Empire. He will be given a fair trial. You can trust me on this. And it is at my mercy that I do not try all of you as accomplices on his behalf. You can thank me later. And he turns and walks back up the ship. The perimeter kind of collapses in behind him. Ramp closes. The Lambda shuttle lifts off out of the hangar bay and starts heading back towards the Star Destroyers off in the distance.
The moment it takes off, Exel does the Star Wars equivalent of the get bent gesture.
Aaron,
Yeah,
what was that all about?
Everyone's just kind of looking around, what the hell just we were under inspection, and now the captain's been arrested for treason.
What was what all about, Jix?
Dude, treason. I mean, come on.
Look, it's the Republic. They'll charge you with whatever they want. Who's in charge? Who would normally be in charge here? Sorry, who would normally be in charge here, Mike? Sometimes it doesn't turn off.
Yes.
Talk like this for days after this game.
It would be the first mate, Rosnick.
Don't we hate him?
Yes.
Kind of. He's kind of.
Yeah, yes, we don't like Resnick.
There's no Star Wars swear that we got that's very close to the word douche. They're all good, but they just don't.
I like Shab. That's a good one.
Okay.
Dude, that guy's a
Right.
total Shab.
Oh yeah, this guy sounds like Chad.
Yeah, the few notes that I have of jerks, Rosnick is at the top of the list.
Great.
Jix just has a list of jerks.
Jerks. Yes.
It's like scratched into his wall.
Jix is jerks.
The ones that are going to play cards with me later.
Yeah,
So,
really.
yeah.
Well, could have been worse. They could have blew us out of the sky.
Who's saying they still won't now that they've got the transponders and the captain?
I can still breathe. Have the ships left? Like, are they?
No, the shuttle is still en route to yeah. It took like 30 minutes. They are parked way the hell out there.
Out of our gun range.
Mm-hmm.
Are we able to leave? And would that be seen as a hostile act, or would that be seen as a tail between our legs? They're the badasses, and we're and they sure serve justice today.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping you all from leaving.
Guess that'd be up to the acting Chab, but
Dangly Chad. Yeah, Rosnick kind of like looks around. Everyone's looking at Rosnick now. He's present. You know, he's kind of this spindly, middle-aged human, and he's just like,
Rosnick, what's next?
What? What do you think we should do next, Aaron?
Well, seeing as our captain has been taken aboard that, and I sort of just gesture. I like to imagine that the hangar bay has like one of those big hollow.
Oh, yeah,
windows,
it's a big.
We just see a beautifully framed like 5, probably all more powerful than us ships.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would say that it's time to leave, acting captain.
Yes, very well. All hands, prepare for hyperspace. And someone is like, where are we going, Captain? Acting captain? Somewhere far, far away from here, he mutters as he disappears through a door.
Totally knew that I should have given him a location, but I kind of wanted him to fail. I'm trying to be mean.
Mm-hmm.
Gunner is gonna look at his ship. Look at his little fly guy. See if they touched it. Did they scratch it?
Nope, it's not scratched up. It is just it is already scratched up from the many
well, that's
dozens
my fault.
of
But
dogfights.
I know.
Yeah,
I know every scratch. Okay.
I put them there.
I'm gonna kick something. What's the closest thing to kick?
Me.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say probably Jix.
Jix, yeah.
Like
a can of paint, like.
I'll make a mess. All right.
I like that if you're kicking me better. Me just going, what? Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to deal with that anger thing we discussed in the last couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think we need to do?
What?
We need to get into the captain's quarters and see what he was charged with. I think I've got a card somewhere.
He was charged with conspiracy to commit treason. I repeat the charges that the
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it was conspiracy to commit treason against the Empire, potential piracy, and then I think one other.
Yeah, destruction of mining guild property.
Got it. That's what he was officially charged with.
We know 3 we helped with, but 1 and 2, if he was doing those, he'd kept it on ledger or something.
It's because of and I gesture to the detritus still floating through the vacuum of space. I think we did that, which is funny because they did that, which isn't a very good joke.
The hyperdrive, the very familiar sound of the hyperdrive whirring up, fills the ship. The ship starts shaking, as it usually does before a hyperdrive jump. And then nothing happens. There's no whooshing noise, like when it failed before. There is no spooling down of the noise, like when a jump is canceled. It just reaches the maximum shake and the maximum whir for a moment, and then just stops, cuts off completely. And the intercom sounds and says, it's Rosnick. Echo, this is the captain speaking. Could you please come to the bridge, please? Thank you, please. Hangs up.
Do I get the feel that that was a system failure or something to do with the interdictor that's nearby?
Well, one, unless you make me a formidable knowledge warfare check, I don't think you know what an interdictor is.
I liked it. I thought it was great.
How many difficulties?
That's 5.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, go for it.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin.
Sure, why the hell not?
Can I? Oh, I was gonna ask if I could pass one of my advantage to give him a boost.
No.
Unless I already spent those.
Yeah.
Did I feel like that was a system failure?
No, it was not a system failure. You've been working on this hyperdrive for days. Yeah. Like
so when it happened, Echo is just like staring at the walls, like looking around the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then just sort of absentmindedly starts walking towards the bridge.
When you get to the bridge, you see a very concerned-looking Rosnick kind of pacing back and forth in front of the bridge crew, who are all like, "Captain, calm down. It's fine. We're gonna be all right."
We only successfully jump like once every 6 times anyway.
Yeah, exactly. The hyperdrive, it needs to be replaced. Like, this could mean anything.
I fixed it. I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm sorry, Echo. Apparently you didn't fix it well enough. Can you... He takes like a deep breath. Sorry. This is very stressful. I did not expect to get a promotion today. If you wouldn't mind, please go down to engineering and make sure that everything is okay.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Thank you. And he begins to pacing back and forth, and it's like, okay, so we need to fulfill these contracts, we need to fulfill this contract, we need to make sure that we have enough credits to keep this boat afloat, otherwise you all are going to go flying to the wind, and then we'll really be pirates. And he's just kind of muttering to himself, is trying to figure everything out, and you see him walk up to the door to the captain's cabin, and he pulls out a screwdriver and kind of undoes a screw to one of the panels, pulls it back, and you see him pull out an extra key to the captain's cabin, where he unlocks the door and walks in and shuts the door behind him. Down in engineering, Echo, go ahead and give me either an easy computers check or a medium mechanics check. Your pick.
All right. Let's see. Trying to remember what boosts I get now. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
Mechanics.
So, looking over all of your instruments and dials, there is no reason why the hyperdrive should be working. And then shouldn't be working. There's no reason that's stopping it. But as you look over something particular, you notice that you are stuck in a gravity well, which is preventing you from jumping into hyperspace. You can there are many things that can cause gravity wells, such as other space stations, planets, celestial bodies typically cause big gravity wells, but there's nothing that would cause one big enough to prevent you from jumping to hyperspace.
I will calm. acting captain. We're stuck in a gravity well some. I don't what.
A gravity well? What in the Krong is a gravity well?
Like the system says we're too close to a planet. What?
Echo, do you see a planet anywhere nearby? I know there's no windows.
I don't have a
down.
window down here.
I know there's no windows down there, but you looked out a window in the last 30 minutes.
That's what it doesn't make any sense. I'm just telling you what the system says.
Very well. We'll figure it out. And he hangs up the comm. You do notice that the picket ships have returned to formation around the Star Destroyers, and they are beginning to turn to leave. And they turn, and they stop, with their engines facing the Emperor Leopold.
They're gonna get shot. They're gonna blow up.
Gunner would like to go to the bridge.
Mm-hmm. And you can see this happening.
Yeah.
The Emperor Leopold, its engines are basically off. You know, it's not under thrust right now. And then you see some sensor pings start going off. More and more and more sensor pings. Until you count about 50 targets closing in fast on the Emperor Leopold. As they get closer, you see closing in at a breakneck speed is a swarm of TIE fighters closing in.
Just scoot the ship. Scoot it out. Scoot it away. Scoot.
They close in and begin strafing the Emperor Leopold. Alarms sound. Of course, you know, sparks and steam are flying everywhere on board because that's what always happens in Star Wars. And the ship itself is stuck in a big cloud of TIE fighters.
Can we move forward?
Yes.
All right.
You can. Let's get everyone to roll initiative. Let's get some initiative. Here.
Am I
run
at
into a
the?
gun.
Am I at the bridge?
Yes.
What is the captain doing?
The captain he's panicking. He's like, you know,
all right.
He's shouting like, "Get us the hell out of here! Get out of here! Go, go, go!"
Captain, call everyone to arms. Obviously.
Yes, and he pulls up and he says, you know, "All hands, battle stations, and hangs up. And he turns and he says, "What else should we do? Should we strike our colors? Should we surrender?"
We were
Surrender's
surrendering.
not an option.
This is a cleanup job, and we're the dirt. We need to get out of here.
Yes, and he...
Gravity wells are localized. We get out of here, we can jump. We just need to buy time.
And he points and says, full ahead. And the ship rumbles and begins making its way in the opposite direction of the Star Destroyers. It begins to come about. So let's get everyone to roll initiative, please.
Is this cool or vigilance?
You could pick either or.
The answer's always been yes.
Answer's always been 2. Only I could do it with my coordination. I'm very coordinated.
Pumped up cool a little bit.
Nice. Very cool.
Run, gonna
Very,
run,
very cool.
Run from the TIE fighters.
Yes.
I won't sing too much so we don't get copyright struck.
Let's see. We have got... let's see.
It only hurts for a while.
Let's see. This is a lot of TIE fighters to roll initiative for, so I'm just going to say that I'm not going to roll
So-
initiative for him.
Narrative swarm
yeah,
fight.
Yeah, narrative swarm fight. The
God.
initiative is for you guys. It's for all of you. So,
So we each take a turn, and all 50 take a turn, and then we get our turn again. Yeah.
basically.
And
yeah,
we come back 2 hours later once Mike is done killing us.
precisely. All right, Jix, you're up first.
I'm gonna jump into one of the gunners and just start firing in their direction.
Yeah.
Lay something down.
Make a hard gunnery check. Then the ties are small and very fast. They are hard.
Yes,
to
they
hit.
are. And I'm not a gunnery person. Okay, so and here we go. One more. There we go. All right.
Ooh. Again, yeah, your shots.
Ah.
You don't quite lead them enough, and your shots
Nope.
just go behind it.
But at least they know we're not going into the night quietly.
Mm-hmm. All right. What would you like to do with those 2 advantages? You could pass some boosts to people.
Yeah, whoever's got the better gunnery skill, let's send the boost to you.
Yeah, I think Aaron might have, or Aaron or Exel have really good gunnery, don't they?
I'd
Yeah.
pass it to Exel. Aaron's gonna be workshopping some basic leadership skills, which he's not good at.
Oof.
All right. Then after Jix is Exel. So you have 2 boosts on your next check.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I'm running to another of
Mhm.
the gunnery stations and taking my shots, and I've got
Okay. Again, it is a hard. Gunnery check to shoot these down.
cool. Getting to the station was my 1 maneuver, and
Mhm.
true aim will be my 2nd maneuver
Okay.
with strain. So that is my normal gunnery upgraded twice, I think, actually, because I have 2 ranks. Plus 2 boosts from Jix, plus 2 boosts from True Aim, I think.
Mhm.
And that's a difficulty 100, you said? So
Yeah, 3 because of the silhouette difference.
Alright. Cool. Lots of dice. Feels good.
All
Nice.
right. That is a lot of. I think the base damage on the turret you're on is 6, and it has linked 1. If I'm recalling correctly. So, what would you like to do?
I can activate linked 1 with those advantages, can't I?
Yes, it costs 2 advantage to activate linked.
Nice. I would like to activate that. What does linked do again? Just does the damage again?
Yeah, linked is just a 2nd hit, so it's pretty good.
Yeah,
so
I'll take that.
Yeah, so in 2 quick blasts, you manage to take out one of the TIE fighters. It kind of just spirals and crashes into some nearby debris as the Emperor Leopold is making way. You still have 2 more advantages if you'd like to do something with them.
I'll pass on 1 boost and recover 1 strain,
Cool.
since I did spend strain to do that aim thing.
Sounds good. Then up next is Echo. What would you like to do, little guy?
Why are they shooting at us? I'm gonna scream over the intercoms.
Mhm. So you could try to do some damage control. You could boost the shields.
We could try to figure out where the epicenter of the gravity well is, so we know specifically where we have to get away from.
That's another good point.
Yeah, he's Echo's definitely gonna be looking for means of escape.
Okay. To try to calculate how to get out of the gravity well, give me a Give me a hard astrogation check with a boost. That's what I'm trying to. That's the skill I'm thinking of. Hard astrogation with a boost. All right.
Nice.
Very good. Yeah, so you do some quick calculations using information from the scopes and the instruments around the hyperdrive saying like warning, you're in a gravity well, warning, and you notice that even though you're moving towards the edge of the gravity well is also moving towards you as well. You realize that the epicenter of the gravity well is moving as well, and you manage to put two and two together. It's coming from that fleet.
The gravity well is moving. It's mobile. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, but so you would know it would take you 3 minutes to get to the edge of the gravity well, which means 3 rounds of combat.
Where is it?
Where is the edge?
No, where's the center? I'm asking. Asking Echo. Where is the center?
It seems to be the fleet. It doesn't make any sense. They're not big. They're not close enough. They're not big enough. It doesn't. I don't know. But it's moving closer to us.
Give me some coordinates.
0.6 past light speed. It's coming from the center of the fleet.
Okay, so
Yep.
I wanted to know.
Okay. And last but not least is good old Aran. Is your turn. What would you like to do, Aaron? I believe you are muted if you're saying something. I can't.
No, I think he's reading and praying.
I was reading it. I forgot to level up. I was gonna buy Ace. This would be a great time to have Ace. But I couldn't figure out how to buy it. I don't know there's so many price increases in different places and taxes, and I just did my taxes, and I'm not used to doing that, and there's no turbo tax for this game. All right. Gunnar is stressed out. Okay. You're gonna die. Gunner's gonna die. Okay. It's okay. You've almost died before. This is fine. This is all in his head. Gunner's a stoic character otherwise. Okay.
Internal.
Who is Gunnar is not going to go to his ship as much as Gunnar thinks that he can
take on a swarm of 50 ties.
one of 50 come at me. That's only he would need him to have buy that one slightly better ship. Loves his ship, but slightly better ship. I know it's not his ship, a government ship. Government. Anyway, okay. Are we going fast?
The Emperor Leopold is not fast. It is not a fast ship.
Relativistically speaking.
You are going.
How many parsecs are we going at? They changed the way that they use the word.
Yes, exactly. You are going. I don't know what the relativistic. Whereas the Millennium Falcon can make 0.6 past light speed. Emperor Leopold probably makes like 0.1 past light speed. It is a slow ship. She's not fast.
We're like the dial-up of the internet services.
Exactly. The Millennium Falcon is a souped-up, like 2001 Honda Civic. So it's fast, but it's unreliable. The Emperor Leopold is like a 1981 Subaru Outback. Sturdy.
Yeah.
But they're just slow.
Going downhill. You're doing good.
Yeah, you do like it's an old like Volkswagen bus. You know what I mean? Like you'll do 20 uphill on a good day.
Am I a better pilot than our helmsman?
It's less of like twitch reactions with piloting this. But in terms of like actual mechanical skill, yes, you are probably a better pilot than the helmsman.
The
All
Leopold
right.
has the big bus wheel that you turn.
Yeah, yeah. It's got the
He
little
had to
handle on
install
it.
the giant wooden wheel. I just don't
Yeah.
understand it. Captain Undo was drama first, function second. All right.
There's the treason.
Gunnar is slightly muttering under his breath angrily. You know, and I don't think he's going to be as stoic. God damn
The big ship's
the
wheel.
Republic. I joined this job because I was working for the Republic. And now I'm involved in mining ship. Captain, stop! Captain Russ.
Rosnick.
Ross from Friends. Rosnick. I have it right here. I promise I was trying. As I sort of, I'm gonna run up to the helmsman, and you let me know if like this is too much to do in one turn. But I want to take the helm, and I want to yell at Rosnick.
Sure, no, that's okay.
All right.
Yelling's a free action.
I sort of gesture to the helmsman, like, "Are you gonna yell?" Like I don't want to shove a guy or a girl or them out of the way, but I do want to. I want us to leave, and I know I'm a better pilot.
Yeah, sure. You can shove them out of the way.
I don't want to. I want to.
Little fuzzy Ewok shoved to the ground.
Yeah, it's another human, just another galactic standard boy such as yourself.
Milo, get out of the way.
Yeah, it's instead of closely cropped blonde hair like Aaron has, he has closely cropped black hair.
All right. Aaron 2, out of the way.
Yes. Oren.
Oren Gunnar.
Yeah.
Gunnar's gonna get on the helm, and he's like, Captain. I want the captain to like run over to me, and I want to talk to him a little bit quietly.
Yes, and he says, "What do you want, Aaron? I'm trying to lead."
You are not Captain Undo. You will never be Captain Undo. You are now Captain Rosnick. Lead how Rosnick is going to lead, not how Captain Undo would have led. You're bad at being Captain Undo. You're great at being Rosnick. You can do this.
I don't.
What do I know? I mean, obviously, I know around the officers. What is Rosnick good at?
He's very good at delegating. I say that half joking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of a joke amongst the crew that like, you know, he never does any actual work, but he is a very effective organizer, but he's not a very good leader.
Got it. Do we have like a master at arms, a master gunner, do we have people basically to do all the jobs, or is Captain Undo kind of like the suave, do everything kind of captain and didn't really fill out the middle positions?
Voke is the mistress at arms, and there's really no master gunner.
Got it.
Yeah.
Voke's on number 2 on the jerk list for some reason.
And it's like, you have a fantastic crew, and we literally need to just go in a straight line the hell out of here.
Well, then do that. Make way. That's the phrase, right?
Good try. I have a lot of. Even Gunnar has some sympathy for this guy. He clearly is a bit of a manager who is now thrust into the deadly captain situation.
Exactly.
I'd like to make a piloting check I can make us increase our speed, right?
There's a specific talent that lets you do that called full throttle.
I know. I really wish I had remembered to buy it.
Yes.
I have enough.
Flip me a destiny token. Rosnick is a future politician. Yes. If you flip a destiny token, I'll let you try it. You need to full throttle. So, you need to make me a hard piloting check. Piloting space.
Space.
Space. The final frontier.
Cool. I'm okay at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 with 2 upgrades. Did I learn anything? No, I did not. I do not know things. All right.
Whoa.
Skin of my teeth.
Close.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so you you turn the. It's got the wheel, the half wheel, where it's full stop, reverse, half your quarter, half full speed, and you turn it on to full speed and you give it another whack, and the ship kind of rumbles to life even more. And down in engineering where Echo is, echoed alarms start going off that the engines are being overloaded right now, as the ponderous Emperor Leopold goes from speed 2 to speed 3.
Yeah,
I have a
this
cunning
is
of 2.
Totally.
It says it increases the top speed by 1 for a number of rounds equal to cunning.
Yes.
So, just 2 rounds.
Yep.
So this is totally not normal.
No,
right?
this is not normal at all.
So you just hear Echo over the radio. What's happening up there?
And then he just gets a shout back from everyone on the.
We're being shot at.
Gunner's like, if there's anything you can do to make sure the engines keep going this speed, I would really love if you could do that, Echo. Over.
Over now. The Emperor Leopold rumbles up to a faster speed, faster than the ship has ever gone in its life. Not at light speed, exactly, ludicrous speed, and it shakes, it rumbles. Things are not going. Things are not going well in engineering right now. Alarms are going off. And we're back to the top of the initiative order with Jix.
Based on where he said that it was at, I'm going to take a pot shot into the center. See if I can hit whatever is causing that gravity well.
It is super duper out of range, unfortunately. The turret that you're on are close anti-fighter weaponry, and this thing to give you a this would be like trying from your backyard. This would be like trying to throw a baseball to China. You don't quite have the range.
Oh, it's possible.
There's a chance. With rolling.
Yes. Yeah. With enough force, it could eventually make it, but not enough power behind these guns. There's still a lot more TIE fighters to shoot down, though.
Yeah, let's just bring it across a bunch of TIE fighters, see if we can careen into each other. So.
Exactly. All right, go ahead and make another hard gunnery check, but take a boost.
When his turn's over, can I ask Jix or Echo a question?
Sure.
Is that allowed?
No. Take it out of turn. That's fine.
Okay. Do it while I'm shooting.
All right. Take 1 strain, but you manage to shoot down a TIE fighter.
Yes. I earned my pay.
You clip one of the big square wings, and it does that and explodes. Mm-hmm. Classic Star Wars.
Take my little Sharpie and put another mark up. It now has 2 marks.
I like to imagine that almost every gun has Jix's kill count somewhere on it.
Yes.
It's all separately tallied. Echo. Did Echo say that the thing was following us?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is it coming from one of the Star Destroyers? Can you tell?
We're right in the middle of their fleet. No, I don't have any visuals.
So it was encroaching on us.
So you all were heading towards the edge of the gravity well, and the edge of the gravity well was coming towards you as well, and indicating the Star Destroyers are not following you guys.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
With my speed increase, are we losing the gravity well? Are we faster than it?
So you guys are going like this towards each other, towards the edge of the gravity well. Like you guys are going to pass the threshold. What this signifies is that whatever's projecting the gravity well is also moving away from you guys as you are moving away from it.
Oh, yes. I read that the other way. I thought I would have to do something really stupid. Okay.
Mhm.
Never mind. Sorry. Never mind.
It's
sorry. I misunderstood space.
Same.
Relativity, man. How does it work? So yes, Jix, you shoot down one of the TIE fighters, and it explodes in a dramatic fashion. Echo, like I said, you can tell that the gravity well is being generated from the middle of the fleet. Aaron, from where you are, you have visual confirmation that the middle of the fleet is the Star Destroyer that has the 4 large bulbs in the center of it. Let's see. And now it is Exel's turn. There's still a lot more TIE fighters. Emperor Leopold's getting shaken up.
Yeah, let's...
Lots of alarms are going off. There are hull breaches on a couple decks.
Just try to take a couple more of these out and stop them from using our ship anymore.
Stop blowing holes in my ship. So again, hard gunnery.
And once again, using the true aim maneuver as my one maneuver. And...
Pew, 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 pew. Yep. Well.
No success, but I got a triumph somehow.
The dice say nay.
Well, I'm gonna use some
She
of
didn't
the
shoot one, but made one drive into another one.
Oh, could I have passed one of my boosts for the roll I made onto her?
Sure. Roll another boosty. Let's see if we can fish out a success here. Boop! Yay! There we go.
Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I promise I'll remember in the future.
Yeah. So.
And I can activate Linked again because I got 2 advantages to do so.
And now you have a floating advantage to spend plus a triumph. And let me know what you want to do with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that advantage as a boost to poor Echo, who has to keep this ship together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I want to do with the triumph.
You can pass an upgrade to a positive dice pool, pass an upgrade to an enemy's negative dice pool, so upgrade their difficulty. A major narrative thing, so we fly into an asteroid belt, or we loop back around through the debris of the mining ships, making it hard for the TIE fighters.
That's a good one.
Okay.
The debris field one.
Yeah, the gravity well generator has kind of like pushed around loose debris, so now you can easily pilot into the debris field, which makes it difficult for the TIE fighters. Because as we all know, TIE fighters are very, very bad at flying through asteroid belts and debris fields. This is an established fact.
Wings.
The boxy form the boxy form factor. It's not good. Not good for maneuvering.
Put the square peg in the round hole.
All right, yeah. So you do manage to shoot down another TIE fighter. Again, you hit it right in the bullseye of the cockpit, and it just pops.
I gotta stop making them look like targets.
Man, she's now one ahead of me again. Dang it.
No. Aaron, you're up.
All right. Maneuvering over to the debris field. Is there really much I can do besides
fly?
and grip harder?
White knuckle that baby. Wait, no, white knuckle.
Not particularly. You could try to do the fire discipline maneuver, which is a medium leadership check, I believe, and it helps you coordinate the fire of the ship's weapons.
That's not really what I'm good at. We can't weave. We're very slow.
Yeah, exactly.
I jumped on this because I thought I could help us do better, but I don't. I think it literally we're autopiloting straight. So.
Yeah, the ship's big. This is not a maneuverable ship like the Millennium Falcon. This is a
Got it.
a BFF or a BFK, a big fat Kronger, if you will. Big fat
Is there anything
Krong.
I can do to inspire the first mate to do the leadership stuff, or would he be about as good as I am at it?
He'd be about as good as you are at it.
All right. Gunner is going to sink back into his a little bit of his long forgotten past and start a little bit stepping on the captain, not meaning to. Duncan feels bad. Gunner doesn't feel as bad. Start barking orders.
Okay.
And just like he looks at the captain, he waits for a second, and then he continues to sit, and then he just starts listing off like a series of tactical commands, targeting. So he's looking at his radar, asking how the people are going to be doing, using all of his experience and knowledge. He was never a naval man. He was a Navy man himself, but Space Navy man himself. But he's gonna do his best. That's all we can really ask of him. So it's 2.
Yeah, so give me a medium leadership check.
Got it. And medium is average.
Yeah, 2 purples.
Cool. Yeah. I'm not. I've asked for too many boosts today. I'm not gonna try and haggle today. It's just an even check. Come on. Oof.
Okay. The people are kind of confused and being like, I thought Rosnick was the captain, and here's the security officer shouting out a long line of tactical orders as he just shoved Oron off of the helm. But people start following your orders as you do. And the ship, the comms kind of quiet down a little bit, because before it was a lot of shouting like, I need this, all of this is going wrong. Some discipline is kind of instilled over the comms. The fields of fire of all the turrets gets a little tighter. So everyone on turrets, you all get a boost on your next check. So congrats. Because Aaron is stepping up to the plate.
Go leader.
Yes, glorious leader.
Aaron does not want to do that, and Aaron really looking forward to how those threats are narratively interpreted.
Oh yes. Oh, believe you me.
Can I do a check to see how hurt Rosnick's ego is?
Oh, he's gonna kill you. He's got a gun.
He can certainly try.
Make a medium vigilance check.
All right.
Rosnick is writing a very strongly worded letter right now.
Yeah, he's retreated back into the captain's cabin. Nope, you can't tell. He's like, he's glaring at you, but he's like, oh, he's just jealous.
Oh, it's like, okay,
some tea.
Sure.
I can assume he's mad, but I'm not sure how mad. That's all I got for my turn. I can't really do anything else.
Okay, so nestled in the relative safety of the debris cloud, nestled in the relative safety of the debris cloud. Yes, Aaron.
Do mining vessels do they have things that explode?
They have already been all exploded.
Oh, okay. Curses!
There's no suspicious red barrels floating around in space, unfortunately.
I withdraw my question.
Sustained.
Nestled within the relative safety of the debris cloud, the TIE fighters, they break off. The Emperor Leopold is in rough shape. The shields are wavering. You are getting multiple readouts that there are hull breaches in specific bulkheads. You are getting reports that hull integrity is at about 40%. The TIE fighters did a lot of damage to the ship. and it's not looking good. And as the TIE fighters withdraw, one of the Star Destroyers begins coming about.
Oh.
How far away is that gravity well? Are we still in it?
Yep, you're still in it.
Okay, that's fine. This is fine.
And you are being hailed on the bridge.
I don't know where the button is, so it's not my job. Okay.
And you see Rosnick, and he like presses a button, and a screen drops down, revealing the very smug face of Lieutenant Colonel Adamus. Yes, Aaron.
Can the screen that like goes down be actually just like somebody pulls two strings on like a project, and then a projector is behind me?
Yeah, it's
like I have to kind of duck because it's too low, because Oran is like just a couple inches lower, and they made it for him.
Yeah, it's very low tech. Yeah, it's instead of it like coming out on those like pneumatic pistons that keep things like, someone has to like turn a crank. And it kind of folds out of the ceiling.
The response com is a tin can.
And on
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm having a great time though.
No, good. On this very low resolution screen is the very somewhat pixelated face of Lieutenant Colonel Adamus, and he says, "I am sorry that it must come to this, but it is a small price to pay for progress and for safety in the Empire. For what it's worth, your families will never know that there won't be any charges of treason on your account, so you can rest easy at that."
Will my pension get to my wife's?
Your
I don't
wife's.
think that are you on the main? Are you on the main comm? Why does Jix have access to the main hailing frequency?
He has access to everything. He went in a card game.
Fair enough.
It's the screen in there. You know,
Is
I never
Rosnick
missed the bridge.
is Rosnick saying anything?
He says, well, he asks, he's like, why are you destroying us? We complied. And Adamus simply says, sometimes you are in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you see the wrong things. I'm sorry, but like I said before, rest easy.
Yep.
For you are heroes of the Empire and helping test our new weapon.
Could I have hung up before he finished?
By hung up,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You've reached the Emperor Leopold. No one here is available to take your call.
Bye. Shoot the screen.
It's still on the projector because it was my fault for establishing.
Oh yeah.
So that was just a hole.
Yeah. Oh shit.
No. Okay. If I can't hang it up, then I wanted to make a Han Solo in the Death Star reference.
Boring conversation anyway.
Conversation anyway.
And he hangs up after he.
I know. You
says
let him
that.
get the power move.
I know. Look, man. The Imperials, they're nothing if not pedantic about getting the last word in. It's very important.
It's classy.
All right. The Star Destroyer is coming about. Is there anything anyone would like to try to do?
Boosting the shields.
Yeah. What's the check for that? I think it's
hard mechanics.
Yeah. Make a hard mechanics. See if you can't boost the shields a little bit.
Boost.
Can I try and make us go faster again? Or can I? There is the evasive maneuvers action.
Your ship is too big for that.
It's
Unfortunately,
restricted by silhouette.
it is restricted by silhouette. Oh.
I'm one of the protagonists.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
No, you can't barrel.
Antagonist.
You
more
can't
like it.
barrel roll a Gazanti, unfortunately.
We'll be fine. There's like 5 main characters on the ship.
Yeah, exactly. You're driving a Mack truck, not a Ferrari. I mean,
I
that's
see
kind
that
of
my
A Winnebago.
yeah,
It's the
you're
Winnebago.
driving a Winnebago.
Without power steering.
Oh. All
I
right.
just did one last fuck you shot at the, sorry, Krong you shot at the
I,
Star Destroyers. Used my sniper shot to make it get closer than it would have normally.
yeah,
but
exactly. You fire the shot, and you see it arc, and it just kind of dissipates about 3/4 of the way towards the Star Destroyer, which is closing in.
and is this the Bulby one?
No, this is just one of the regular ones.
Damn.
That's closing in. Boop. Let's see. Here we go. Boop. Wow. Okay.
Yay, we're free.
The shields they held up. A large green laser bolt flies out of the dorsal ridge of the Star Destroyer right towards the cockpit of the Emperor Leopold. And right as it's about to hit, there's a blue shimmering effect as the shields come back to full power, and it just splashes like a wave. Like a wave of fire washes over the cockpit.
Imagine Echo's got like all 5 of his arms holding different things in place right now.
Yeah, exactly. But you do notice, Echo, that down below, where this, where you're like monitoring the shield capacity, this drained all of it.
All of it.
Yeah,
Out of shields.
Yep, it overloaded the shields momentarily.
What just hit us?
It's gonna fire again.
The new toy that the Empire is testing out on us.
What does that even mean?
Boop.
We're now an experiment.
Can't kill us with a boop.
No, that's more of a blop with that
Yeah,
roll.
this is how the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper, a boop. The second shot slams into the side of the Emperor Leopold, and this time the ship rocks sideways. Exactly, the artificial gravity on the ship falters for a moment, and then turns back on. But you are now getting damage reports that there is a significant hull breach, and the on a lot of the like heads up displays in the bridge, it's like, abandoned ship recommended, abandoning recommended, abandoning recommended, hull integrity 10%.
We got escape pods or not?
Yeah, there's two lifeboats.
Is that enough for the whole crew? And
Uh,
why won't they just kill the lifeboats?
you-
Ships are smaller usually.
yeah, they're pretty
Faster.
small, and you're in a debris field.
We're gonna look like debris.
I guess I'm gonna look at the captain.
And he looks at everyone, and he says, "I'm gonna roll a discipline check for him here. Let's see if he can
Fold.
see if he can nut up here." Boop. You see Rosnick. He takes a deep breath, and he says, "All hands, prepare to abandon ship. I'll stay on the helm. I'll just try to lead them away." And he walks up and pats you on the shoulder, Aaron. Says, "Go. I'll lead them away, I promise."
That's us.
Farewell, Captain Rosnick. I give him like a look of deep respect, I don't know. I can't remember if there's a Star Wars gesture of like, manly handshake.
A handshake.
Yeah. And I make for the I make for my ship,
The Z95.
and I'd like to just to say my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Poof, drift.
Sure.
So like basically, I want to do it is that since we're in the jettison field, I power it up, and then I just sort of hit it hard, so that the lower thrusters that are used for landing go up for a second, so it just kind of gently spins.
Yeah.
And then kill all power.
Right into all the other debris.
Cool. So all of you load on to onto the escape pods. You notice that there's not a lot of the crew here. That big hit from the turbo laser. That hull breach was pretty nasty.
Not enough time to go get everyone's belongings to send to their better halves.
And,
Are you their better half?
and the yes, Boris and Joris do make it the new recruit twins.
It's their first day.
It's
Man,
like
that's a rough first day.
it's like it's like the first week.
They haven't even finished all their orientation paperwork.
No, they got 3 more videos to write. You know how not to harass the Huts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, HR is hut relations.
Mm-hmm.
Very important for a freighter.
Exactly.
And the two, they're wounded. There are lots of people who have taken wounds through this whole ordeal. And the 2 lifeboats drift off. And there you see the Emperor Leopold under full burn. A massive hole in her side as she drifts out from the debris field, and the Star Destroyer gives her one last full salvo.
Ooh.
12.
That was uncalled for.
12 turbo laser shots. The first one hits, detonates, blows another hole. The second one misses. The third one hits, detonates, blows the engines like completely off, and the ship continues to drift. The 5th one impacts right into the cockpit, and the Emperor Leopold begins breaking up.
How many greases made it out?
There's only 1 grease on your lifeboat. It's okay. It's the one that has the egg sac, so there will be more. It's the brood mother. The grease brood mother.
It's the Star Wars. What was the Star Wars salute? That was the Imperial one. So I can't remember what the Rebels did.
I think the Rebels just regularly saluted.
Got it. Then I'm going to give.
They cried and hugged.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to give a rebellion salute.
And you see the Emperor Leopold, or not the Emperor Leopold, the Star Destroyer, excuse me. The Emperor Leopold's breaking up. It's in about 14 different pieces now. And the Star Destroyer turns around and begins making its way back towards the rest of the fleet, where you can see, just on the very edge of your vision, you see them disappear into hyperspace. And that is where we're going to take our break. So everyone go ahead, take 5, take 10. We will be back here in 10 minutes with some more to drink, something to eat, and for the conclusion of episode 8 of Legitimate Enterprises. So I will see you soon. All right, welcome back. I hope you got some more blue milk and Nerf jerky and are ready for the second half of episode 8 here. So, the small Imperial fleet just jumped to hyperspace. The Emperor Leopold is currently sitting in about 14 different pieces, and the about 20 or so remaining crew of the Emperor Leopold, plus Aaron Gunner's Z95, who he stealthily snuck out of the hangar bay right before the Z95 met its fate, or the Emperor Leopold met its fate, are now floating in a debris field.
Is there a viewport in this boat?
There are. Yep.
Echo is on tiptoe looking out the window. It's like, I don't think I can fix that.
Buddy.
That was
Pat
kind
him
of
on the
sad.
shoulder.
So,
Does anyone talk on comms after the ship leaves? Because I would wait at least like an hour, but I can't tell everyone that because that would require comms. Just so you know, if we need to make sure we don't say anything on comms, over.
yes. The the debris floats by under its own inertial forces. Some are propelled by some distant solar wind floating through this area of empty space. It's quiet. There are the groans of the wounded, the coughing of the sick, and the sighs of the ashen-faced between the two lifeboats. Fortunately, these are equipped to stay in space for a while. There's about a week or two's worth of rations on each lifeboat, enough for it to be in full capacity, in just terms of bland nutrition sticks and distilled water. The life support is designed to support people for a couple weeks until they can be recovered. Unfortunately, the Z95 is not hyperspace capable, nor are the two lifeboats. It's quiet out in space.
How many do we have?
There are.
Sorry, that was set into comm.
Okay.
Aaron's voice crackles in over the speaker, very, very low, very, very almost a sort of a deadpan. Usually he's like, "Hey, I'm Aaron." Now it's kind of how many did we lose? Or not how many did we lose? How many do we have? Aaron can do math.
About 10%.
There are 14 people in one lifeboat, 10 in the other.
Mm-hmm.
That's about a fifth of the crew.
Ooh, I was wrong. Way off.
Under their own power, how fast can the lifeboats go?
They are speed 1.
All right.
So very slow.
Any of the other officers survive? Voke survive?
Voke is on one of the lifeboats.
Rats.
Grease is on the other one. Rosnick is gone. Went down with the ship. And Captain Barrick is long gone.
Do you have any spacesuits aboard?
Someone make me a knowledge education check. Yeah, see if you're smart enough.
You guys want me to, or
That would be your forte, not mine.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a
My 2
sorry.
with no pips, nope.
It's not flying or shooting.
I can talk you out of your spacesuit, but that's a different story.
what was the difficulty?
Medium, 2 purples on that. No spacesuit. There are respirators, but no spacesuit.
I was hoping that we could do like a engineering project with some remnants of the other ships and make our ships go faster. But all right, where's the nearest star system?
Approximately, the nearest known inhabited system is approximately 10 parsecs away. So a long time in sublight.
Yeah. I want us to get the hell out of here before we start calling for help and saying, "Hey, we're alive. Can anyone come help us? Hey, we are alive. You did not finish your job. Over." So Gunner's gonna talk to Cruz like, I say we head out, fly slow as hell for a couple days, go get some help, call that after we feel like we're a safe enough distance. It's gonna take a long ass while.
Do we know if anyone else will come looking for the crew?
The lifeboats do have emergency transponders, so you can turn them on and they'll start pinging, and it's like an SOS. But anyone who has like ship grade sensors, and
Doesn't seem like a smart thing to do right now.
yeah, they will see it. Mm-hmm. And plus, it is like Imperial maritime law, basically, that if you encounter one of these SOSs, you are obligated under penalty of law to assist. It's one of those things. So, someone will come looking if they get it. Chances are. But y'all are out in the middle of nowhere.
Do we have enough supplies to make the trip?
I mean, we're just looking to. Well, honestly, how many supplies we'll have is probably how far we're going to be able to get. I say we use up as many as we feel comfortable with, and then get as close as we can to a major transport area, and then ping. But I mean, we can't make 10 parsecs. It was.
Yeah, 10 parsecs on sublight. That is years.
Wow.
Yeah.
3.26 years.
Yeah.
And that's longer than 2 weeks, if Gunner thinks.
Only 30 light years.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And just to give you an idea of speed, these things don't make anything past light speed because they're not light speed capable.
No, I've been looking for that. And yeah.
This might be a. Let me see here. Z95 speed is up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us. It's about the only thing we could do.
That's a fine idea, Jix, but I say I go out alone. You guys go in the same direction as me. I try and get help. I try and bring them back here. Obviously not to here, but let's say we travel a week in one direction, and then I go more quickly, get help, and we meet. Do I have the ability to indicate to ping sections of map in space maps?
Yeah, no, you could. These things do have transponders.
Got it. Then I would kind of indicate an area that I feel is safe, that it would take a while for the signal to get back here.
Mm-hmm.
That proportionately, it is as likely as we can get that the Republic people won't hear it, but that some person who's not going to kill us, or at least is less likely to kill us, or at least considers it an option to kill us, picks us up.
Rather than a necessity. Yeah, so go ahead and make an astrogation check. I would say 2 purples, but you get a boost, because this is a really well thought out plan. Go ahead and upgrade.
That's
Yeah,
the first one.
upgrade the difficulty on that bad boy.
Oof.
Is anyone else good at Is anyone good at astrogation in our group? Can we do a combined check?
Sure. I'll allow it.
Cool.
Yeah, that astrogation's kind of like a whole white line for me. Yeah.
Astrogation for me is 3 green, 1 yellow. However you want to use that.
Got it.
Okay.
So do I just
If you're
do I just
using my
take
help.
I just take I just take his stats and apply it to the check?
Yeah.
All right. So Echo and I bring out the old paper space maps.
Mhm.
I don't know. I still don't know what paper is, but I seem to have a lot of it.
Keep in mind that your Z95 only has enough capacity for 1 day's worth of food, though. That's a thing.
That's why I asked about spacesuits.
Yeah.
Gunner's gonna get hungry.
Oh, all right. Wow, I get to use like food rules. Great, that never happens.
We'll practice cannibalism on our pod.
Yeah.
Donner party part 2.
I was gone for an hour.
Little did you know that there are bombs placed on either escape pod, and the detonator is on the other escape pod. Ooh.
So there's no
experiment.
There's would the respirators allow us to get out in space for a second, and will we die like super quick in space?
So the being exposed to vacuum rules are you can be in the vacuum of space for a minute per your brawn, I think. It's kind of finicky rules. Let me see if I can't look them up real quick.
I'll explain that I would I'm happy to go get help. I'm happy to go be alone for a couple days. Gunner would like to think. Gunner only has 1 day worth of food. So if you guys could throw some food out to Gunner can like crack the window.
I mean, you can
the
dock.
the space equivalent. Oh, I can dock?
Yeah, there are clamps that you can dock the Z95 to. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought I would have to like use my climbing kit and do like a string, and then you guys would send the packages with dig along the string, and it was
no.
it was Rube Goldberg-esque, but
Dig's gonna help us like
Yep.
thin through the ones that aren't healthy.
All of my ration supplies were in that bag that's over there in the wreckage.
yeah, mine too. And all of my whiskey.
Oh, can we use dig to try to recover anything from the wreckage?
Yeah, actually.
Sort of while we're working on a plan, just send him to scavenge anything that he can recover.
Yeah, Dig isn't the smartest nor the most cunning. He only knows how to look for minerals.
How dare you speak of Dig like that?
He is our
So
favorite child.
Genius.
Really, everything in the world is just a reorganized mineral. So
It's just a reorganization of carbon or something. Yeah. All right.
can we teach him to look for what's
Right.
not minerals?
So he's
Flip that bit to a 0.
all right. Let's see.
Yeah, I can give him a boost to whatever he's doing.
Yes, exactly. So his dice pool is 1 yellow, 1 blue, and 2 purples to look for anything. See,
That's fair.
An option.
see if he can't find anything.
Come on, Dig.
All right, let's see here. Nope.
You
he comes back with just like a plate of metal, just like like a sheet, and he's like, "Is this what you guys were looking for?"
I forgot his name.
I'm gonna tell him yes. Yes, it was. Good job, Dig.
I could use it for something. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Just let me look. There's there's tons of them. He points one of his little grabbers over at the wreckage. Look, there's tons of them over there. I could bring back all the little panels that you want.
Oh, we love you, Dig.
Can I take out a food ration packet and go dig? Go find these.
Let's see. He's gonna make an intelligence check to see if he knows what it is.
Actually, silver package of rations.
Let's see. Boop. Nope. He's like, shiny stuff? Yeah, there's lots of shiny stuff. I can go get some more of that.
Comes back with a big bolt.
Yeah, exactly. He comes back with an empty package. Like, look, is this what you were looking for?
That's exactly right, Dick. Great job. Awesome. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna melt you down next stop.
How many rations are you guys willing to give? How many days worth of rations are you guys willing to give Gunner? Like, if we have 14 days for everyone in the thing, right? Or is it just 14 days for one person?
It's 14 days for everyone.
Got it.
Yeah. So there's enough for like, it's it's like lambus bread basically. These like nutrition sticks.
We'll give him Dig's rations.
I was gonna say, because like if they're not fully loaded, then I assume that the complement of food is greater, or is this compensating for that math?
This is compensating for that.
I figured.
Yeah.
Then if it's all right, I'll be like, hey, I'll take Gunner's share if possible.
Mm-hmm.
How many people look like they're gonna die?
Well, Vrel is actually doing a good job of stabilizing people. The wounds suffered by these people aren't grievous. It's not like, they're gonna bleed out and die. It's just like
I'll walk up to Vrel. Vrel, how many
Yes,
of these people
Jix.
can we put in hibernation so they don't need to eat as much, so we can give Hunter more food?
Well, if I put them into hibernation, I still need to spend medicine to take care of them. Food is more plentiful than medicine right now.
Any that are gonna die soon?
Vrel just puts like a big hand on your face and like pushes you away. As he goes about like tending to some people's wounds, changing bandages and stuff.
I'm gonna give about 3/4 of my rations over to Aaron. Never tell him. Just say I found some extra.
I do believe him.
Yes. Okay. So I found the rules for being exposed to vacuum.
Got it. You let me dock, so I don't actually need to anymore.
Yes, but this might still be relevant later.
Oh God! Stop. Why did we give him an extra week?
Let's see. You can hold your breath for a number of rounds equal to your brawn characteristic. Once this number is reached, you begin suffocating. And let's see.
It's gotta be some body damage.
And every round you are exposed to a vacuum, you also suffer 3 wounds. When you exceed your wound threshold, you suffer a crit, and then you suffer a crit for every round. You're exposed to vacuum after that. So
That didn't happen to Carrie Fisher.
that's true, but she is very, very powerful in the Force. Carrie Fisher, not Princess Leia Organa.
Right, not Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher.
But Carrie Fisher. If you've heard that woman speak, that woman is on a whole other level than the rest of us.
Mary Poppins. I'm sorry.
I still say Yondu pulled it off better in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I just watched that. Still crying.
All right. Okay.
Yes, Gunner's. Time is of the essence. The quicker Gunner leaves, quicker he gets food. So he's gonna use a real toilet if they have them on here for the last time.
That's not what Dig's for. Oh God.
Hey, Gunner has a deep respect for droids, and he likes them a lot. So he would not pee on it.
He can just go into. He has a little cargo bay, and then you can just go into space, and
I'm
it's like a bucket.
well, yeah, but like, look, Gunnar is a reasonable man. He doesn't require many comforts in life, but what he does like is a toilet that is not in his suit. So, non-flight suit toilets are his favorite toilets because, you know, space diapers don't move very fast. Anyways,
They make that swishy sound when you run too.
okay, I would like to use the real toilet if possible.
Yes.
Sort of also pushing Jix out of the way.
Yes.
And
imagine an airplane toilet.
Beautiful.
But with 8 less inches of legroom.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Exactly. I stretch out, man. I stretch out.
It'll be more room than your cockpit for a while.
Okay, so with the amount of food that you have loaded in to the Z95, let me check something here. Okay, yeah. So there is like a small cargo bay, so you're able to stuff a couple more days worth of food, up to I would say 6 days.
All right.
Worth of food.
Gunner's gonna, so at a speed of 4, which is the flight of the ship, Gunner will say like, well, if I don't come back, I died.
And so will we.
And you'll be fine. This is just to make it go a little bit faster. Everyone will be fine, Jix, and this is going to work great. Do you agree?
You want to bet on that?
I'd like to Jix. Do you know what the real killer is when you're stuck, semi-drifting in space?
Card games?
I can tell you the real killer is morale. So I need you, because you're very, very drucking good at it, I need you to lie. I need you to lie like you're trying to bluff us all into paying for this adventure. And how great it's going to be. For me, do you think you can do that?
I can, but be straight with me. What's your chances of coming back?
If they don't get caught by any, if they don't have Imperial patrols, I'd say pretty high.
Okay.
If they do, you'll be fine.
How long should we wait before activating signal calls?
Let's see. I've got 6 days of rations.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't come back with people within 6 days, I think that's fair. Sorry, 6 galactic standards increment of hours.
Galactic standard days, yeah.
Yeah, if I don't come back in 6 galactic standard days, wait 7. Give me a little slack.
Engine trouble.
These engines are well maintained, but yeah. All right, I'll yeah.
Fly safe, bud.
See you in a week.
Good luck.
Thanks, Echo. I pat my coworker Vrel on the shoulder, say, "Good working with you," and I do not wait for a response. And Gunner climbs up, and
he gives you a grunt as he's like stitching someone up.
Mm-hmm.
Gunner
gets into the cold isolation of a
too small cockpit. Those of you on board the lifeboats see the Z95 detach and drift off into space before Aaron activates the engines, and it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. Aaron, give me. So you're looking for like a shipping lane, or you're looking for a place where you could potentially bump into people.
Yeah. So part of the check I made with Echo's help was intended, which I failed, if I remember. No, that was, where is that in the list of things? Either way, Gunnar was looking to kind of like, we have star charts. We know what the closest shipping lane is. Really, I don't need shipping lane. What Gunnar's looking for is activity. I need my friends to get rescued. I also need Vrel to get rescued. So all of us together, I'm never letting it die. I will.
Exactly.
Duncan is petty. Gunnar is not. Gunner's just gonna book it for what he thinks sort of his gut tells him is the most likely place to find help.
Okay.
Friendly-ish help. I know we're like, are we past rent? Like, where are we in Galactic?
Yeah, you are in sort of the northwest quadrant of the galaxy is wild space. You don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Or do we?
Yeah, who knows?
No.
You guys are in the outer rim for sure, in sort of the western or easternish parts of the galaxy. So you guys are kind of on the northern reaches of Hut space right now, and you all were heading towards Belderone.
Got it. See if I can get this map open more. All right. I know the speed of my ship. Can I make it to preferably not Hut space, more like, maybe neutral corporation control space, maybe?
So here's what I'm going to offer you, Aaron.
All right.
Okay, here's the check. You can make me a medium astrogation check to just, because it's hard to tell which direction you're going when there's no landmarks. So you can make an astrogation check that would be medium with a setback, or alternatively, because you said trust your gut, you can just roll a force die.
Do one of those yet.
Go for the force. Come on. There's always a secret force tuner in a mic game. There always is.
I mean, I'm also not saying that Aaron is force sensitive by any means. I just like using this
as
There's always someone.
I will take my powers next level. Thank you.
But
come on.
Just trust your gut. Trust in the force. The force flows through all of us.
I think here.
There's always an option. Come on, do it.
In the silence of space, Gunnar reflects for a little bit. He's going to. He's probably going to swear outwardly a little bit. He's probably going to just side up his ship a little bit, then pat it apologetically. He told them he'd go in a straight line. And so kind of what this gut check is sort of, because they're supposed to follow him, that's the idea. I'm not going to do a lot of swerving. So I'm assuming that this is sort of the pre-plan out is the direction I chose to go.
Yep.
Darn it, the Duncan's knowledge of feeling like statistics is that it's far more likely if I don't do the force dive, but you're dangling this.
I mean,
you're dangling
the trust in the force.
I'm screaming, do it with my mute-minded. So
I can see, but Gunnar can't hear you. Gunnar can't hear you.
In space.
Handle that inner shroot.
In space, and no one can hear your friend shout at you.
Gunnar doesn't like this. Gunnar does not. Gunnar, despite the line of work, Gunnar keeps finding himself in. He's not a big fan of losing friends. He's not a big fan. He was close with most of the security people, as close as he gets to people. So not very close, but Gunnar close. He doesn't like to see he doesn't like to see him dead. And then he's
morals.
And then he's just gonna. I believe I think there's a difference between morals and soul, but yeah, not that I believe in souls, as Gunnar is a space theist.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot of talk for just rolling the force dice. Just roll the force dice.
I haven't rolled the right, Jix. Jix,
Stay off this channel.
get out of my comms. I'm trying to have a moment of self-reflection and deep personal, and
I can actually
I
see
don't
Gunnar
know why I
talking
can't
to a Jix at the window.
I don't know why I can't turn this off. Okay. Actually, before I do anything, I'm gonna ask Mike. I want to ask you a secret question.
Okay, sure.
So I'm gonna
Yeah. Just...
message you on a Discord or something.
Sure. Yeah, Discord works.
Zoom has a private chat you can send to him.
Yeah, but I don't have.
Oh yeah.
If I click on that, it'll mess everything up.
Got it.
Because things are finicky.
Lazy Bones. That's what I'm looking for. Lazy Bones. There's an excellent brand and a good person to chat with on Discord if anyone's ever interested. They should subscribe and like.
Thanks. Thanks, Aaron.
As we're all trying to eavesdrop.
Yes, exactly.
Well, most of this is in caps lock by accident. Don't take that as a stressful.
As we distract our fans, my last find was a 1995 Boba Fett comic book.
A Boba Fett comic.
Yep.
Oof.
Which I just like these two with Slave 1 and Boba Fett right there.
Slave 1. Excellent ship.
Which, of course, is green, so I can't see it. So.
Yeah, the Fire Spray is such a cool ship.
Mm-hmm.
I have a copy of, like, the Bounty Hunter Tales, which is, like, it's the story of all of the bounty hunters that Vader hires trying to hunt down Luke, and how Boba Fett screws over each one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wish they'd actually let some of those story feels and all that actually be in the movie, but
yeah. Well, hey, it is canon now that Boba Fett escaped from the Sarlacc.
Is it?
It is canon now. So I can think of one show that features another bounty hunter. That would be very cool if Boba Fett showed up in.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one. That would be really cool. I was like, Gunnar is a bounty hunter. He hasn't fallen in the pit yet by our canon. Who in the world? I don't know what this show is. Did you see my message there? I'm sorry for delaying the whole thing. I think this is a fun idea. But I also have secrets. Because as every RPG character has, I have a mysterious background and secrets, and my parents are probably dead. So we're all kind of Batman.
No,
Okay.
my parents are both alive.
Targeted.
They're on course to die.
Okay, Aaron.
The answer is no.
Reading your message. Okay, we can change that astrogation check to a knowledge underworld check.
Okay.
Oh God.
This is the difficulty on this is 1 purple and 2 setbacks.
Got it.
Alternatively, you can roll a force die.
Trust your gut.
Trust your gut.
Trust the Force. Trust the Force.
See, the problem with that is the problem with all of that is that little did you know, my astrogation is 2, and my knowledge underworld
is also 2.
But
it's an easier check.
It is an easier check, and for the sake of what I want to do here, I'm gonna prefer the roll. I'm gonna prefer I like this idea.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a great idea.
So I'm gonna really freaking hope that it works. If not, I'm gonna starve in space. Can I steal a boost for everything that I've had?
I am letting you do the check.
Fair enough.
Because of everything that you have.
So that's 2 black, 2 green,
1
purple.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't want to look.
All right.
You guys hear as Gunnar pushes the button and says the thing he really, really does not want to say. Afterwards, he like cuts out his mic real quick.
Aaron, you fly for 5 days. It's gross, sweaty, cold. You haven't showered in 5 days. You're in your spacesuit diaper.
For 5 days.
It's pretty bad. You've been eating nothing but space lembas bread.
I thought Magady's thinking bread for 13 days. Sorry, Space Works.
And you come up to a comm buoy.
Kind of hoping I didn't find it.
And you think about your past and all of the times that you didn't want to do this.
Oh no.
And it strikes you, this is the thing you're going to have to do, right?
I mean, Echo's on board that ship, and he's adorable.
You pull up to the comm buoy and interface with it. You know, there's just a way to do it. I'm hand waving it. Your ship has a little scomp link, you know, that you can hook up to the comm buoy with. And it asks for a authorization code. And there, tucked behind, you know, some like postcard, written on the back of a postcard that you have tucked in one of the many nooks and crannies, is an old authentication code that a friend gave to you a lifetime ago. Yes.
Maybe a picture of people.
Yes.
A picture of certain people.
Yes, of course. A picture of some people that you knew a lifetime ago. Why don't you go ahead and describe the picture, Aaron?
It is a group of young people, respirators sort of hanging around their neck, sort of darkish clothing on them. Gunner looks in the picture to be about 16. There's an old and Chani man sort of standing kind of like father-like around this group of probably about 5 or 6 individuals. Though they all look a little grizzled and they all look a little, you know, military chic, for lack of a better word. They're not armed or anything. They're just hanging out. Looks like there was drinking by the way some of them are leaning. It's just some people having a little bit of a good time in a chaotic galaxy that they live in.
And on the back is a passcode for an encrypted comm channel.
Aaron probably waits a solid half an hour, staring at the picture, saying a collection of choice curse words, mostly about himself. He starts typing stuff in.
You type in the passcode. Several very, very long minutes pass. There are clicks and beeps, and there's just a long tone that plays for about 45 seconds.
Ah, damn it! They put me on hold. Of all the time. No, sorry.
And a rough voice picks up on the other end. Who is this?
Identification code. I didn't actually think of my my actual number designation. I'm actually not sure if you can tell me how this organization that I do would like prove that I'm not just someone who found the code kind of thing.
Yeah.
I say like, this is former, but this is Staff Sergeant Gunner of the Mist Wraiths, and I require an evacuation for myself and several lifeboats. We were attacked by a bunch of Imperial, he stresses the word, not saying Republic this time, Imperial chit bags, and we require extraction and rescue. My sector is space, space, spy, space, 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 spy, space.
Yes. There is a long pause on the other end, and the gruff voice says, Staff Sergeant Gunner, wait one. And there is more. There are more beeps. There are more clicks. Another long tone plays for another 15 seconds, and another voice picks up, and it says, "Well, I thought the mist wraiths disappeared into the mist a long time ago. A long time ago."
Sorry to disappoint.
Well, no. I'm the opposite of disappointed, I'll tell you. Look, it will take us a little bit to get someone out there. We need to make sure that...
I know how it works.
Yeah. You know how tricky these things can be. We'll be there soon. Over and out.
Over and out.
Hangs up.
Is there any way I can use the comm buoy to relay a message to the crew that where exactly they're supposed to go?
Yes.
All right. A extremely depressed Gunner. This is Gunner to Echo. Gunner to Echo.
Echo's here.
Sending you some coordinates.
Affirmative.
Make your way here as quick as you can. Over and out.
Is it the direction we're going?
Yeah, it's the general direction you're going.
Yeah, it's a little more specific because I was kind of gut shooting it, and also it's for sure that you guys shouldn't reconsider the plan. So.
Aaron, I need you to toss me a hard resilience check, please. Because you're gonna go without food for a couple days.
Yeah. Two, cool. God, I wish that I had other stats besides shooting things. I wish that until I have to shoot something or fly a ship, and then I'm so happy. Then I'm just the happiest boy in the galaxy.
Exactly.
I think hard is 3, right?
Hard is 3 purples. Yep.
Cool. I promise I'll memorize this someday, but today's not that day. Oof.
Ugh.
My muscle mass, no.
Starvation, man. It's not a good time. The lifeboats get to the provided coordinates. Floating there, running lights off, is a very familiar looking Z95. Scuffed up, scratched up, carbon scoring all over the fuselage. It's Aaron. It's just floating there.
Wave at him through the window.
Aaron, you've been asleep for what feels like 12 hours. You haven't eaten in a couple days. You just took your last sips of water.
You guys took your time. Do I have enough energy to dock this thing so I can eat some food?
Yeah, make me a hard piloting check with 2 setbacks. See if you can't dock this.
The entire crew died in space when Aaron suddenly found out his ship did have hyperspace.
He pressed the hyperspace button.
And he pulled a holdo.
Well, it'd be called a gunner at that point.
Oh, you're right. Piloting space, you said?
Piloting space. Correctamundo.
All right. And that was a hard check, so it was 3 purples?
3 purples, correct.
All right. That's a half an hour left. I'm going to flip a light side token.
Go for it.
I don't want to die.
All right. It's a little shaky. You definitely scrape some paint off both the lifeboat and the off both the lifeboat and the ship, but you managed to get the docking clamps locked in.
You know, when you're like driving and you're really tired and you realize you blinked and like suddenly you're not in the same part of road that you were a second before, and you have that moment of terror, like, God, I should have left an hour earlier. Gunnar has that moment a couple times.
You managed to get Gunnar out of the ship. So you get a nice pull from a bottle of stale recycled water. It's clean, does not taste very good.
Yeah, sure, it tastes great.
You get a couple nibbles off of a nutrition bar, and you go to sleep. A few more days pass, sitting, floating in isolation, when an alarm goes off in the cockpit of both of the lifeboats. The very short-range sensors are picking up a craft coming out of hyperspace. And just off the port bow, an old, battle-scarred, orange-painted hammerhead cruiser comes out of hyperspace. Is anyone alive on those boats? The comm crackles.
Affirmative. Hey, Aaron, your friends are here.
What? Oh.
And just who the hell might you be, son?
I'm Echo.
Well, nice to meet you, Echo. See, a friend of yours got into contact with a friend of mine, and now I'm here to pick you up. Would you like to?
We appreciate it.
Oh, well, you better, son. Now, how would you like to come on board the Mercy, huh? Her hangar bays are open.
Preferably with no crashing is how we'd like to go.
Yes, with no crashing. The docking process is simple. It's literally just flying into an open hangar bay mounted on the side of this large cruiser. And when the doors open to the lifeboats, standing there in a military uniform, an Alderanian military uniform, is a very familiar looking man whom you bumped into very recently. He's tall, broad-shouldered, has a big bushy mustache on his upper lip. And when he sees the five of you walk out from the lifeboats, he goes, "Well, I'll be damned. This is a really small galaxy now, isn't it?" Aaron, you would recognize this as the Alderanian military man that you observed collecting the guns on Delang.
Yep, I recall him vividly.
And he walks up to all of you and offers out a hand for all of you to shake. And he says, "My name is Captain Gilly. Nice to meet all of you.
Definitely shaking that hand.
And welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the Mercy." And that is where we're going to end it for today. We will pick up next week with the explanation of, who did Aaron know to call? Who did Aaron know to call, indeed? So real quick, we're going to go around, introduce ourselves one more time, and tell the good people where we can find more of you if they want more of you. So, Aaron, who are you, and where can people find more of you if they want?
I am Duncan Hunter. I play Aaron Gunner, the Galactic Standard boy bounty hunter, and with a less mysterious past since we started this session. You can't really find me in many places on the internet, but I'm attempting to start streaming. Now I just need to have time to start streaming.
Excellent.
Right now I've been streaming Darkest Dungeon.
It is very dark, and it is a dungeon indeed.
Yes, it is.
That game is a lot of fun. Aren't they making a sequel? I feel like I've heard
there's not quite a sequel, but there's Keepers of the Legend or Legend of the Keeper, which is married to it somehow. I don't know, but
and they made a world, and they also made like a same style of game, but a World War II.
Yeah,
like
Warsaw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to try that.
Cool.
I want to try that.
What's your channel name?
Yeah.
Too Much Thought.
Too Much Thought. Twitch.tv/Too Much Thought. Check them out. All right, Exil, who are you, and where can the good people find more of you if they want?
I'm Necro, and you can find me around on Twitter or Tumblr at Necromatador, pretty much everywhere. I draw things and sometimes shitpost, And since before I didn't get to show it off, while we're showing off cool Star Wars things, I have signed by Sam Witwer himself.
Oh, nice.
For me by my super awesome friend Gretchen, who was at the same con as him a couple of years back and literally ran at the end of the signature session to get it for me.
Oh,
that is awesome.
Nice.
So Sam Witwer is cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and his Darth Maul. I am scared of that Darth Maul. Not that Ray Park isn't awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so jelly. All right, Echo, who are you, and where can the people find more of you?
Yes, I am JL Holloway from Holloway's Hideaway, and I am Hall Hideaway pretty much everywhere on the internet. And I will be on my Twitch channel, Hall Hideaway, tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2 different D&D sessions. So drop by and say hi.
And Jix, who are you, and where can the good people find more of you?
Jix, I'm Drake Finney. You're going to find more of me on Twitch and Facebook as I go into more of the gaming, as sports has been kind of stopped, so we're not broadcasting much of that anymore. So we'll see
esports.
Yeah, we're going to try esports, some stuff. So
nice.
Marble racing and things like that also. So who knows? It'll be interesting.
And I am Lazybones, the GM around here. You can find me here every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming this. If you tuned in late to this episode, or if you would like to catch up on any episodes you may have missed, all of the episodes except for our first one, which has been lost to time, which is a bummer, are on my YouTube channel, also Lazybones TV. And you can find me at Twitter on Lazybones TV, because I got that good brand unity. So come follow me there. I shitpost a lot too. So I post a lot of pictures of my dog as well. So if you would like to see more pictures of my dog, you can follow me there. So today we are also missing the lovely Calcifer Rising playing Vrel, the Trandoshan Doctor. Who did a very good job of keeping some of the crew alive today anyway. So anyway, we hope to see you next week, and until then, stay safe everyone, and we'll see you around the galaxy. Bye everyone. Good.